Hello and welcome to another episode of today's GK. I am Pooja Dwivedi, and in this segment we bring to you objective questions to help you crack prelims. So let's begin with the practice question of the last segment. Which of the following sectors are covered under the Product Linked Incentive Scheme? Pharmaceutical drugs, telecom and networking products, specialty steel, textiles. So we have to select the correct answer using the codes given here. And many of you have answered it correctly. All of these sectors are included in the production linked or product linked incentive scheme. So the correct answer to this question is option D. Recently, the Union Cabinet approved a approximately rupees 10,000 crore production linked incentive scheme for the textile sector with a view to helping India regain its historical dominant status in global textiles trade. The pharmaceutical drug sector, telecom and networking sector, specialty steel and the textile sector are covered under the PLI scheme. Which of the following reports and indices are released by the National Statistical Office? Index of Industrial Production, Consumer Price Index, Sustainable Development Goals, National Indicator Framework Progress Report, Periodic Labor Force Survey Report. So we have to select the correct answer using the codes. All of these are published by the National Statistical Office. So the correct answer to this question is option D. Recently, the report on the Periodic Labor Force Survey was released by the National Statistical Office. National Statistical Office is the central statistical agency of the government mandated under the Statistical Services Act of 1980. Some of the reports and indices by NSO include the Index of Industrial Production, Consumer Price Index, Sustainable Development Goals National Indicator Framework Progress Report, Periodic Labor Force Survey Report. Moving on, consider the following statements. Thamirabarani is a river that originates in the Pothigai hills of Eastern Ghats and empties into the sea at the Gulf of Mannar. The Thamirabarani civilization in Tamil Nadu is at least 3200 years old. We have to select the correct statement. So, the civilization of Thamirabarani in Tamil Nadu, yes, it is as old as 3200 years. And this river originates in the Pothigai hills of Western Ghats and not Eastern Ghats. So, the first statement is incorrect. The second is correct. The correct answer is option B. A carbon dating analysis of rice with soil found in a burial urn at Sevakalai in Thudukudi district of Tamil Nadu by the Miami-based Beta Analytics testing laboratory has yielded the date of 1155 BC, indicating that the Thamirabarani civilization dates back to 3200 years. Moving on. Which of the following are the participating countries in the exercise ZAPAD 2021? China, Mongolia, Belarus, Malaysia. So, ZAPAD is a multilateral exercise which was conducted recently, and it consists the countries of Mongolia, Belarus along with others, but not China and Malaysia. So, the correct answer is option C. The exercise ZAPAD 2021 commenced on 4th of September 2021 at Nizhny in Russia with an aim to train troops to undertake joint operations in conventional battlefield scenarios. 9 participating countries include Mongolia, Armenia, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Serbia, Russia, India and Belarus. Moving on, consider the following statements regarding Gaudiya Vaishnavism. It is a religious movement inspired by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The focus of the Gaudiya Vaishnavism is the devotional worship of Vithala, an incarnation of Lord Vishnu. We have to select the correct statement. So, if we talk about Gaudiya Vaishnavism, it is having a focus on the devotion of Radha and Krishna. So, the second statement is incorrect. The first statement is definitely correct. The correct answer to this question is option A. Gaudiya Vaishnavism is a Vaishnava Hindu religious movement inspired by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The focus of Gaudiya Vaishnavism is the devotional worship known as Bhakti Yoga of Radha Krishna and their many divine incarnations as the supreme forms of God, Swayam Bhagwan. Moving on to the next question, consider the following statements. The GST Council is a statutory body. The GST Council is chaired by the Prime Minister of India. We have to select the correct statement. The GST Council is a constitutional body under Article 279A. So the first statement is incorrect. The second statement is also incorrect because it is chaired by the Finance Minister. The correct answer is option D. So let's talk about the GST Council, which is a constitutional body for making recommendations to the union and state governments on issues related to GST, goods and services tax. It is chaired by the Union Finance Minister, and other members are the Union State Minister of Revenue or Finance and ministers in charge of finance or taxation of all the states. Moving on to the next question, which of the following countries greatly contributed to India's white revolution? Finland, Australia, Denmark, USA. The correct answer to this question is option C, that is Denmark. The Environment Minister of India met with the Danish Minister for Climate, Energy and Utilities to discuss general bilateral cooperation between India and Denmark in the areas of environment and climate change. The White Revolution in India was the brainchild of Dr. Verghese Kurien. The White Revolution was started by the NDDB in the 1970s, and the bedrock of the revolution has been the village milk producers cooperatives. India acknowledged the historical and friendly ties between the two countries and highlighted the contributions of Denmark in the White Revolution in India. Consider the following statements with regard to the office of governor in the Constitution of India. Article 153 says that there shall be a governor for each state. A governor must be at least 40 years of age. We have to select the correct statement. So yes, a governor has a mandated Article 153 for the existence. So the first statement is correct. The second is incorrect because a governor must be at least 35 years of age. The second is incorrect. The first is correct. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is one only. President Ramnath Kovind has appointed new governors in Tamil Nadu and Uttarakhand. The appointment and powers of governor can be derived from Part 6 of the Indian Constitution. Article 153 says that there shall be a governor for each state, and a governor must be a citizen of India, be at least 35 years of age, not be a member of either House of the Parliament or House of the State Legislature, not hold any office of profit. Moving on, the Strategic Clean Energy Partnership is a partnership between which of the following countries? India and Russia, India, Japan, India and France, India and USA. The correct answer to this question is option D, India and USA. Petroleum Minister Hardeep Singh Puri co-chaired a virtual ministerial meeting with US Secretary of Energy, Ms. Jennifer Granholm, to launch the revamped US-India Strategic Clean Energy Partnership. This was launched in accordance with the US-India Climate and Clean Energy Agenda 2030 Partnership. It was announced by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Joe Biden at the Leaders Summit on Climate Health in April this year. Moving on to the next question, consider the following statements with respect to Medicine from the Sky. The project is led by the Emerging Technologies Wing of the State IT Department of Telangana in partnership with World Economic Forum and World Health Organization. It aims to undertake experimental beyond visual line of sight drone flights for delivery of vaccines. We have to select the incorrect statement. So, yes, it aims to undertake experimental BVLOS, that is beyond visual line of sight. okay, to deliver vaccine at a district on an experimental basis. But in its launch, WHO has no role. So, the first statement is incorrect, the second is correct. The correct answer to this question is option A, as we had to select the incorrect statement. Telangana government's Medicine from the Sky program is all set for launch on September 11th. The project is led by the Emerging Technologies Wing of the State IT Department of Telangana in partnership with World Economic Forum, Niti Aayog, and HealthNet Global from Apollo Hospitals. It aims to undertake experimental beyond visual line of sight drone flights for delivery of vaccine using the identified airspace of Vikarabad district. Moving on to the next question. Consider the following countries: Turkey, Kyrgyzstan, China, Tajikistan, Afghanistan. Which of the countries mentioned above share a border with Uzbekistan? 1, 2, 3 and 5 only, 2, 4 and 5 only, 2, 3, 4 and 5 only, or all of the above. So, Uzbekistan has its borders with Kyrgyzstan and not Turkey. Okay, and China also doesn't touches the border of Uzbekistan. Afghanistan does, and also Tajikistan. So, it should be 2, 4 and 5. Alright, the correct answer is option B. Uzbekistan's ambassador to India, Dilshod Akhatov, has said that economic and trade potential between India and Uzbekistan needs to be bolstered as bilateral trade stands only at $443 million. Uzbekistan is a doubly landlocked country. In Central Asia, it is surrounded by 5 countries: Kazakhstan to the north, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Afghanistan and Turkmenistan. As you can see with the help of this map, Uzbekistan has a border with Kazakhstan. We also have Tajikistan and Kyrgyzstan. We also have Turkmenistan and Afghanistan. Okay, so let's move on to the practice question for the next segment. Consider the following statements. The tangling of magnetic field lines near sunspots cause solar flare. Sunspots appear dark because they are cooler than other parts of the sun's surface. We have to select the correct statement. So I hope you will be answering it correctly in the comment segment. That's it for today. Tomorrow we shall meet again with another segment. Until then, stay updated and thank you so much for watching.